What is up, guys? It's your boy Musha coming at you today with another video, and this time we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite characters, Ermac. So Ermac is a rushdown character. He's the classic red ninja, and he has a lot of cool stuff to him. He's got cancels. He's the first cancel character they put in the game, and he's just really balls to the wall, high pressure, high rushdown, and all that. I mean, he only has like one projectile, which is the knockback 3, and it takes forever for him to recover from that. Just look how long it takes for me to jump after that. So he's very much meant to be here in your face. He has some good fast buttons, and we're going to go over all that right now. So to go ahead and get started with Ermac, let's go ahead and look at his moves real quick. So he's got, let's see, go ahead and put them all on screen. There we go. So he's got these buttons. I'm going to go ahead and put Noob Saibot to block. But basically, his Vulture Slam, that's his 1, 2, 3, 1 plus 3. And the first hit of that is actually +2. So that's worth noting that if you just do your stand 1, you're plus. And the last hit, the grab, only triggers on hit. So if I put Noob Saibot to get hit, then he'll go ahead and do the follow-up. This is going to be your main string that you go to, at least the first 2 to 3 buttons of that. And that's because this is actually the best way. It's his auto shimmy, right? Because when you do this second hit is really similar to his grab animation. So it kind of tricks people into thinking you're going to grab sometimes. Also, people expect you to go ahead and do your cancel there. So when you just do the whole thing, they get caught with the low into the grab. And with Janet, that still leads into a combo. So, and for those who don't know, an auto shimmy is something, it's a string that kind of forces the opponent to guess wrong. Or it's more likely to make them guess wrong. So most of the times that'll be for like a grab, or it'll be a string that has like a short pause, like here. There's a short pause between the 3. So that's what that is. That's very, very powerful because of the strike throw in this game. And the next one is Final Burial, which is 2-1-2. So again, that's another one that on block, it's safe. Both of these are safe on block, -7. And the final hit of that string only triggers on hit. See, so if I actually hit him, then he'll go ahead and follow up with a combo. And it's the same thing for Free Scholar, and the final hit only triggers on hit. And it's a really good combo ender. You could do stuff like this, for example. Like, I do a combo like this. See, so it's a very powerful combo ender. It's also one of his sickest brutals, so definitely remember that one. Then you have Grave Wounds, which is back 2-4-2. That's also really safe, and it's an extremely good button of his, because that's his main mid, right? So this mid has deceptive range, even from here, not about there. From there, it'll catch them. It's 14 frames, and this is going to be one of the buttons that you use the most. Because if you do back 2-4, cancel back 2-4, like this, then he can go ahead and keep on doing pressure. And if they try to poke you, for example, if I put Noob Saibot to poke, right, they can get caught. So that's really, really good. Go ahead and turn that off. That's really, really good. And that's going to be one of the strings that you are going to be using the most with this character. And then we have Join Us, which is forward 2-2. That's his overhead. It's also safe. So if I put him to block, see, it's also -3. So, and this overhead actually, it's, a lot of people don't know this, but he does have overhead low mix. Because his overhead, this here, does combo. So he does actually get a combo from his overhead. It's a tight window, but you can do it. See, he gets a full combo from that. And as far as low mix, he can actually get a combo off of the sweep. So it's a little weird, but if you get the timing down, he does get a combo off of that. So it's a very, very good button. The overhead also has like really good range, deceptive range. Like it'll actually hit from here. See? And Then he has stand 3-4. So this button you don't use a whole lot, this full string. You can special cancel the first one of any of these, but this is a low at the end, and since mainly with him what you're going to be doing is canceling and cancel pressure, you're not going to see this a whole lot, but you can throw it out there every now and then just to throw people off. And then finally we have Health Spiller. You never really see the full string, because the first 2 hits you can cancel into his air specials. See? And get a full combo from. But if you do the full string, it does do a lot of damage. Yeah, it's just really hard to follow it up, but he does do a lot of damage from that. And from here, you can do different things. You can do your telly, do your air telly, you can do your float, you can do your down back 3. So this is one of his important strings. And the same for D-Animator, which is his forward 4-3. This is also one of the main strings you're going to go to, especially the forward 4 part, because that's the way that you're going to access your float really easily, is with that string. So, and that might look like this, right? This is what it looks like all together. So you might do something like this. And that's just like a typical sequence that you might see with Ermac, with his block pressure. And the cool part is, these are all pretty much safe. This one's not at -18, that's very minus. And he doesn't trigger the final hit unless it's on hit. So you will want to be careful with this. If you are going to toss that out, you're going to want to do the float so you can keep it safe. And then this one here is also safe, so that one's fine. Just keep in mind these are both highs. So if I put Noob Saibot to duck, they'll both whiff, and then he can get a full combo punish. So then moving on, that's all of his regular moves, right? He's safe on most of his strings, so that's actually really good. And where he really starts to come together, his kit, is with his cancels. And just, there is no way, just kind of disclaimer, just like I did with Smoke. He is a cancel character. If you cannot cancel, this is not your character, because his whole kit comes together from Spirit Punch. So he gets meterless combos from Spirit Punch, he gets pressure from Spirit Punch, and that's just really, that's just the long and short of it. He is definitely a cancel character, and he's meant to be doing a lot of these cancels. So they're worth practicing, they're very, very good. I'm going to go ahead and show you some uses for these specials, but basically Spirit Punch on its own, it's backboard 1, it is minus. If you hold it a little bit longer, it becomes plus. See, so he has Tuesday, that's minus. I hold it a bit, it's -5, and if I let it go normally, it's +5, which actually jails into it. Not jails, but you can follow it up with the stand 2 really well, or the back 2-4, if you think they're going to advance on you. So Spirit Punch is very good. It's also a good way to build meter if you can dash with it, because then you're building meter as you're moving. So, and he does actually get some conversions. They link because of it, like his overhead. His overhead links because of the Spirit Punch cancel. So, and there's some cancels that you want to practice. I'm going to go over that in a bit. But next off, we have Witch's Slam, which is his down back 1. So that can be, if you EX it becomes a combo extender. So you can do things like that. And you have, it is minus on block, so it is negative. It's punishable at -35. It's super unsafe. And you have, the nice thing about this one is, if you end a combo in it, like let's just say I do this. Try it again. It does end them right in front of you. So that's kind of nice. Where if I do that with his back forward 2, which is the choke, he goes a little further away. And in reality, Ermac really wants to be here. So if you're going to end a combo with one of these, you're always better off ending it with the Telly Slam. Then you have his back forward 2, which is his choke. Here it says behind you, but we all know that's a choke. And you have that's actually his armored move. So that's mainly when you're going to use that as an armored move. And you can also use it mid combo. So like there's some combos where, like, for example, if you do this, see, you can use a mid combo like that. See, so you can do that with the choke. And then we have his float, which is his down back 2. This is also super useful in his kit because you can do things like this where you float and you can create pressure from the float. So let's just say that he's blocking. I can go like this, right? And I can actually keep on doing that. I can go forward 4, float, forward 4, float, forward 4, see? So you can do that. And if you EX the float, you can't really up block it, so it becomes safe to do there. You don't have to worry about the opponent up blocking you. And you can also use it to break armor. It's super good for armor breaking setups. To give you an example of that, let's just say I put Noob Saibot to, let's go ahead and put him to wake up. And he's gonna do, man, it's so far back. He's gonna do his enhanced shadow sweep. I have to, there we go. Just to give you an example. See, so it's really good for armor breaking setups. You want to try to end your combos in the float when you can, and it's gonna pay off. It's super good. And then we have his Shrieking Souls, so that's one of his main combo extenders. And then we have Death's Embrace. So a little bit about Shrieking Souls actually. With Shrieking Souls, sorry, I had to sneeze. With Shrieking Souls, it's unsafe normally. So I'll see a lot of people do this stuff. That is not good. That's very unsafe. If I take control of Noob Saibot and I have Ermac do that, right? So he's gonna go ahead and do that. Let's try it again. You can full combo punish that. So you don't want to do that. A lot of people think they can get away with it. It's really not. It's not real. So they can go ahead and, a good player, you might get away with it if you're fighting like somebody who doesn't know how to play the game. But a good player, they'll punish that every time. So don't do that. Let's go ahead and put these back on. But here, so a good player will punish that every time. But if you do the EX version, it's actually plus, and you can dash out of it. See, it doesn't say it here, it says -32, but it's not. See, if I put Noob Saibot to try to do his string, that's his fastest string. Okay? So if I put him to do that on block, see, I can actually stop him from doing that. So I can get a full combo if he tries to interrupt me there. See? So if you do something like this, let's try it again. See, he can actually get blown up for trying to airdrop me there. See, so he can get blown up for trying to interrupt me there. So you can do this. This is real. The only thing to keep in mind is that if I put him to do like a down one instead, Shrieking Souls is a high. So if I go like this, I'll get interrupted. Same thing if I do this, he can hit me out of it. So you want to do something that jails them into it. See? Yeah, it's kind of tough. But yeah, Shrieking Souls is a high. So he can just down one and interrupt you if he thinks you're going to do that. So it's something to keep in mind. Let's turn reversals off. And then Death's Embrace, this is very good. So this is actually a special move that stops Ermac from taking damage. So with this on, just to give you an example, right? So we'll come back to it in a sec, so I won't have to put the moves back up. But it's Death's Embrace basically, instead of him taking damage, Let me put Noob Saibot to do a combo. Dropping that second hit. Right, so that's 47%, right? So if I go ahead and I do a Death Embrace, and that's only because Noob Saibot has a long combo, but that 47% combo became 12%. So now I went from doing half your health to, I mean, roughly the damage of a throw. So super, super good. You can manually turn it off, but very, very good special. Whenever you have a chance, you want to always have Death Embrace on with Ermac, so that way you can just negate damage. You essentially have another health bar. So, and since he builds meter so fast with his cancels, right? He's building meter every time he does this. So he's super, super good at that. And you wanna always try to take advantage of Death's Embrace. And we have the Hungry Hands, which is his only projectile. So this, it's if you do it up close, it's very unsafe. But if you go back from here, it's like about -6, -7. I'll go ahead and show you the frame data for it. So you do it up close, it's death on block. See, that's -27, but if I go further back, it's -5. Here it's still going to be -14, but there aren't really many characters that can punish from this far. Just somebody with a reversal, maybe Johnny. So that's just something to keep in mind. But the main use for this move is as a full screen projectile, right? You can use Janet to cover you as you do that. Or in the middle of your pressure, let's just say I'm doing this. You can mix that in, especially if you've got some condition where you're doing maybe a float, right? So you might do like mid, float. See, you could do something like that. So that's the main use for it. If you EX it, it does lock in for a full combo. See, so you can go like. See, so there's a lot that you could do there. So let's just say that I have them guessing, I land this, you can go for a full combo. Right? That was 38, I mean that was a good chunk of their health. And that's something I forgot to mention, his Spirit Punch, if you let the Spirit Punch charge all the way, it does lead to like a crumple state. So that's pretty useful. If you lock them in with like the Hungry Hands. So, and then lastly, finally, his last special is his teleport. So something that's cool with his teleport is he can teleport to the same level, or ground level, or he can teleport to the air if he hold up. And if he's in the air, if you hold down, he can teleport to the ground, or he can teleport to the air. By default, he'll do whatever he's basically the same height that he's at, but you can change it. So you can go air, ground, and that's pretty cool, because especially if you have a cameo, for example, to keep you safe. Let's just say I'm using Sector or something. Let me see. Okay. So let's just say I'm using Sector. I could always do something like call up the missile, do the air tele, get my pressure started. See? So again, you do that. Say you call up the missile, air tele. See? Just like that, you got a full combo started. See? So that's kind of the idea. And that pretty much covers all of his basic strings. So I want to go into now let's go ahead and get this off screen. So now the most important thing I want to go into is what's his game plan, right? What's his cancel? His basically like, what do you want to do? And what you want to do is you want to have a lot of cancel pressure with Ermac. So with Ermac, basically, he's the kind of character that if he touches you once, he loops you into non-stop cancels and non-stop pressure, right? So when I did my smoke guide, I went over the cancels, the fact that they can down one during your cancel. So what makes Noob Saibot so strong is that so not Saibot, Ermac. What makes Ermac so strong, right, is that if they try to down one you can still punish them. See? So you can still get a full combo from that. And that's really, really powerful. And that's off of basically any button. See, I can still get that. See? So you can still get damage off, and depending on the special you do, you can even do more. So if I were to do that, for example, try it again. It is a little awkward dashing up after that. See? So, and that's another one, by the way. If you do his back forward 3 and on hit, you can dash out of it. So it's the same as the Spirit Punch. You can cancel it, dash out and do something. Keep in mind, so one thing though is that if you have already done a Spirit Punch cancel in the combo, you can't do a back forward 3 cancel. So back forward 3 being his Shrieking Souls. You can't do a Shrieking Souls cancel if you've already done Spirit Punch cancel, and then vice versa. So if I do Spirit Punch cancel, I can't do it again. So if I go like this, you just let it rip. And same thing, if I go like this and I try to do Shrieking Souls, you just did this cancel. Yeah, I can't cancel after that. See? No matter how much I try. If I EX it, I can. See? Oh, not even then. If you EX the regular cancel, you can. So if I EX the regular cancel, I can do multiple of them. See? So you can do more than one cancel if you EX it. You go here. See? So that's something worth noting. But mainly, this is what you're going to do with Ermac. The main game plan is you want to get in, and you have, like, your stand 2 is an amazing button for that, because it has such far reach. If you guys played MK11, it's kind of like Fujin's back 2, but it leads to a full combo, just like his, same idea. So if you do this, see, you can go ahead and land one of these, full screen, not full screen, full distance, right, max range, and then see, and that's amazing. So his main bread and butter, what you're gonna do is, I recommend him highly with Janet cameo, but basically because Janet gives him access to throw combos, see, so she gives him access to that. She gives him more damage and conversions. For example, this, that's his bread and butter without a cameo. With Janet, he gets more damage out of it, and that was just using one cameo, so I could use 2 cameo and get a little bit more. So, and the other thing too is that Janet, you already saw, since any character that has a special that leaves them in like kind of like a frozen state, you know, kind of like Sub-Zero Ice Ball, the EX Lift, things like that. Any the maybe like the Cyrax Net, anything that leaves a character in like a frozen state like that is going to be perfect for puppet combos with Janet. Because when I do this, then I can go ahead and do this and get a puppet combo with her. See? So that's always going to be a prime candidate for doing that. And I mean, that becomes a 1-bar 50% combo or more. So that's definitely worth, you know, thinking about when you have Janet. The other thing is, since he doesn't have a good projectile, doing this, you can cover yourself with her jump punch. And you can also go ahead, put up the wall. That gives you a chance to put on Shrieking Souls and then try to zone them a little bit, since he doesn't have the best zoning. It adds like an extra layer of protection. And also just having Janet here, let's try it again. Kind of a tight limit. You get a restand out of it, which is nice. You do remember, so Ermac is the kind of character that you want them blocking. You want to be here and you want to have them blocking, because when they hear him blocking, you can start your pressure. See? Right? So when you have them there and you're blocking, and they're blocking, I mean, you can go ahead, you can cancel to your heart's content, you can pressure them non-stop, and that's exactly what you want with this character. So one thing with Ermac that I'm going to kind of go over quickly is the other thing is that you want to, when it is that you're doing your cancel pressure, you don't want to do this turn reversals off. You don't want to do this, right? That's not what you want to do because that's all highs. So if I try to do that and I turn reversals back on, they can just poke in that cancel. And you don't want to do this and then go into the float because again, they could just poke. So what you want to get into the habit of doing with Ermac is trying to mix up your cancel. And you also, I mean, they could armor through any of your cancel gaps. So you don't want to make it obvious. I've seen some people trying to cancel, the first thing they do is this. So you want to do things like, for example, you go here, back two, maybe. So, back two, knee. See, so you want to keep them guessing. So here, maybe I do back two, maybe go like this, maybe I do the overhead, knee, things like that. And that's kind of what you want to do with this character. And when you EX the cancel, it becomes more plus. So that's another thing too. You can always do like here, EX grab. And then here you can do like, for example, stand one cancel. See? And then other things like, for example, if you know that here, the follow-up is an overhead, you can do a grab. See? They think you're going to do the follow-up, and you do the grab. See? So, try it again. And that's what you want to do. You want to be mixing them with your overhead, your grab, your mid, right? If they think they can poke. See? Same thing here. You can go ahead and grab, because the follow-up is mid. So you can go here, dash up, grab, things like that. And that's mainly how you're going to be doing your pressure. Keep in mind you can also cancel your pokes, right? So, and you can get further away from them as you're canceling. See? So it's super, super powerful. And you want to practice like punishing pokes like this. See? So that's the kind of thing you want to do with Ermac. So what I recommend practicing, how do you get started with this? What I recommend practicing is practicing his back 2-4 into back 2-4, right? Do this as many times as you can in a row. So that's what I would do to practice. And then also doing his 1-2 into the float. So 1-2 float, 1-2 forward, 4 float. See? And the reason for that is because that's the two main scenarios that you're going to have with Ermac, right? The two most common ones. You're going to practice for if they block, right? So let's just say that he blocks, I'm going to back up and do that. If he blocks, I'm going to back up and do that. If he gets hit, I'm going to go forward into my float. If he gets hit, forward, float. If he blocks, back up and do that. Pick up the combo, right? You know, and that's kind of what you want to do. So you want to keep that in mind. And the reason being because if I turn this on, you're going to see now the power of it. If I have him doing a reversal, right? So he's going to poke on my special. He gets hit, I get a full combo. He gets hit, I get a full combo. He gets hit, again, full combo. Full combo. But if he blocks, I still get a full combo. So, see? I want him to block so I can show you the other combo. There we go. So, see, I can do that, for example. Put on my Death Embrace. And down here. See? And then that's kind of the idea. So that's what you want to practice with Ermac. He's super, super fun when you start getting to the room of it. I know it is a little bit weird, but something that might help is his cancels. Doing those main two, the forward cancel to the forward 4, the back cancel to the back 2, like that. So back cancel, back 2. What makes that easier is that, keep in mind, to cancel, you have to go forward. Let me actually turn on my, I normally don't like having this on screen because it's kind of dizzying, but with the inputs, if he goes back, he's in a back dash. If I go forward, he's in a forward dash. The cool thing is that the input for this mid is back 2. So I could just go back, back 2, and that's actually going to do it. Let me put him to stop reversal. So I can go back, back 2, and that covers it. I could go forward, forward 4, and that covers it. So, see? And you can see the inputs there. It's literally just what I said. I did the back forward 1, then I did forward, forward 4. So I'm sharing the second forward with the first forward from the move. So you don't have to press 3 times like that. You don't have to do that. And that becomes useful because certain links, like this one, they're tight. So having that down is crucial to being able to play him right. So having that kind of like doing like cancel, I do this. So that's huge. That's huge to having, you know, being able to play him at his highest level. Because if you can cancel this into his hit, right, you get a meterless overhead combo. Where the other way, you have to spend bar. So you have to spend bar the other way. And here, you can just do it meterlessly. And you might be thinking, oh, but Musha, you can do this. But that's, as we went over before, that's unsafe. So, and you can't really hit confirm it off of just that one hit. So, being able to do this cancel, see that you hit them, that's better. See, you do this. See, they got hit, and then you can get your full combo. And then, if the only other way to keep the safe is to meter burn it. But at that point, you're burning meter anyways, which is the first thing that I said. So, just something to keep in mind. And that pretty much covers his game plan. You're going to be using the neutral, you're going to be using stand 2, down 4. These are going to be the main buttons, your main pokes you're going to toss out. Careful to commit to stand 4 to stand 2-4. Sorry, stand 2-1, because the recovery in the second hit is a lot. So if you whiff this, they can full combo punish you for that. And you want to be careful with that. So, you see, I think I still have... No, I don't. Alright. So, and then lastly, just kind of going over some main combos, right? How you want to set things up. So if you do this... See how I'm ending it like that in the float? You always want to try to end your combos like that. I made a video talking about ending combos and, you know, safe jumps and stuff like that. And that same thing applies here. Actually, if you haven't seen that video, definitely go watch it. Ermac is one of the characters that go over there. But when you see that you land a hit, what you're going to want to do is go into forward 4 float. And then do a jump in from the float into stand 4-2, float again. So that looks like this. And then from there, you're going to do a jump in from that top float, like that. Then you're going to jump again, do 1-2-2. So all together it looks like this. And then the next thing you're going to go for is you're going to go for forward 4-3 into Janet. So I'm doing 3 hits to carry them all the way to the corner. And then what you do after those 3 hits is you do a jump, 1-2-3. So to show you what that looks like. And then you do a float from that. So when you do a 1-2-3, you're gonna do a float. So again, that's like this. And then you do a jump in into forward 4 float. And that's, if you time it right, you're going to be ending up just above them, and you're going to have Oki with that. And that's how it is that you go and you break armor the way I showed in the beginning. And the cool thing about this is that you can loop it, right? So if I go ahead and I put him to get up and do his armor, right? again. Oh, did it too early. See, you can actually keep going. And that's really good, because if I have him there in the corner, right? I can do another combo from that. See? So it's super, super good, because you can basically loop them into endless combos. So with Ermac, all you have to do, your win condition is just get here and land with one hit. Because if you land one hit, whether they block it or they get hit by it, if you land one hit, your cancel pressure starts. And that's exactly what you want. You want to be here doing your cancel pressure. See, so that's basically his game plan. You pressure them with your cancels, and you need to be really good at, once you get an opening from any of the hits, converting to a combo. So you're going to be converting from his stand hit or from his mid. And his mid conversion is similar. What you do here is, if you see that this lands, dash up forward 4-3, and then you do a jump 1-2-3. So you can do a couple things here. You can end it like this. Let's try it again. Oh no. A little tough to do. But you can end it the same way with 4-4 float there. It's just a tight window, that one. See? So you can do the same thing. Personally, I like to do this instead. You can do jump 1-2-3, and that's a safe jump. You can do the same thing. And you can loop it into another combo. See? So, super, super cool, super good. And you're also going to want to convert from this. Because sometimes you'll do this and you'll toss out the full string to catch them trying to poke during your cancel. So, if you land this, that's basically a conversion. You do close Janet. Telly, catch them as high as you can when you do your telly, and you can get a safe jump off of that. So again, if we do this, you can get a safe jump off of it. If he goes ahead and wakes up, you can get a full combo from that. And that's basically it. The other thing too, oh, well actually one last thing is from his grab. So if you land a grab, you're going to go ahead and you're going to do far Janet 3 times, and you're going to try to teleport and catch them. Same thing, as high as you can in the telly. And if you do it right, you'll armor break like that. See? So it's the same idea. You do that, you catch them, and you can armor break it. And it's awesome because this whole thing loops, and that's why I say you just need to land one hit. Because if you land this, and they try to poke, well, you're going to get them with the... I can just do it. You're going to get them with this. Now I have a safe jump. They get hit. Maybe I put him to wake up and he's not going to do his armor break. He's just going to hold block. Right? Right? So I'm there. He wakes up, he's holding block. Let's go back to that other scenario that we were just at. Okay? So he holds block. I'm going to put him to auto block. So imagine that this happens. There. with it there. You do have to do it pretty low. Then you can grab him. It loops into itself again. See? So you can see how powerful this is. All you have to do is land one hit, and then you can do that. So that's super, super good. And something that's worth noting is his 1, 2, 3 string. Actually, you can't do it from there. So if I go like this, his 1, 2, 3 string, you can special cancel that air string. So what do I mean by that? If I go like this, and I input choke, when he lands, he'll do choke. And that's important because that means that anytime that you do that string, you can always end it in that special and it'll land. So, where is it? Can't see it that well. Here we go. So that means that if I'm trying to do a fatal blow, that'll always land. Oh, didn't do it there. That'll always connect. See? So I don't recommend doing fatal blow very late because this fatal blow tends to scale really, really badly. Give you an example. See, it really doesn't do a whole lot. So I really don't recommend using it that late. If you're going to do this fatal blow, you're going to want to do it earlier on. Maybe do this. See, that's already going to do a lot more. Yeah, with this fatal blow, less is more. Maybe you might go... Let me see, I think. That's tough. There we go. I think that might still do less than the other one. No, maybe not. See, so there. See, so that's kind of what you want to do with this fatal, is you want to try to use it as early as you can, and you're gonna get the most mileage out of that. So yeah, guys, and that's pretty much it. That for the most part covers Ermac and what I wanted to go over. Keep in mind what I told you about practicing. If you want to get really good with them, I recommend doing this, practicing this sequence. Just put into auto block, see if you land a hit, you can convert, you know. So that's the kind of thing you want to do. That's gonna definitely make it so that you can get, you know, a lot of consistent pressure with him. And then practicing those safe jump setups is gonna make it so that you can, it's like I said in that last video, so that even though your combo ends, the pressure doesn't. So yeah. But alright guys, this has been Musha. If you found this video helpful, then be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know down in the comment section if there's anything else that you'd like for me to make a video on. And yeah guys, be easy.